welcome back to my channel. Today I have a monthly April message for all of the Libras out in the collective. Please note this is going to be a general reading, so it is not going to resonate with every single Libra out in the collective. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen Into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I am a psychic intuitive, a spiritual coach, and a sound healing practitioner. So without further ado, Libra, let's go ahead and dive right into your monthly message. So Libra, we are starting out with mending. Okay, there's going to be some healing and some forgiveness going on. We next have new moon with promise. And oneness. Look for the common in humanity and invoke Lemurian light. Okay, Libra, this is an actually really deep message, and I love that I'm filming this right before the new moon. So right off the bat, mending is really about doing some healing work. The 52 on the mending reduces to a 7, which is about really reflecting on past experiences. I really feel ultimately the main message that I'm getting here for the mending is really about forgiveness. It's about really making sure that you have really taken into account every experience, relationship that has occurred in your life, and is really about healing that, making amends, that kind of a thing. I feel this is primarily going to focus on relationships for you here, Libra, because we do have promise and we do have oneness. And for me, that really speaks about making sure that we remain committed to a sense of making amends, not really holding grudges, not creating arguments that are not there. And it's really about seeing everything and every situation and every person through the eyes of love, that we're all interconnected and that we all have our own insecurities, our own issues that we have to sort of work through and go through. And I feel that right now with the new moon that is happening on April the 5th is really about new beginnings. And it's about launching, new ideas, new relationships, new projects, those kinds of things. But I feel the ultimate thing here with promise is really about what is your intention? What is your willingness to put forth action towards the things that you are wanting to heal, the things that you are wanting to mend, and really sort of bring it all together into one big cohesive existence of love. It's about understanding that when we make a promise or a commitment to ourselves or to a specific project or a specific relationship or a person, we ultimately are doing that out of love. The oneness here is really about seeing everyone as equal and putting forth that unconditional love in every experience and every relationship and everything that we do. So I feel that this month is really about you really looking at your intentions this month, your commitments, what you're promising yourself, and how you're really seeing everything and everyone in your life. So let's go ahead and dive into the tarot here, Libra. Let's see what additional information Spirit has for you. The oneness here, I absolutely love. It's a 42 and it reduces to a 6. And a 6 is all about love. It's all about harmony. It's all about relationships. And so I do feel this month's Libra, it's all about relationships for you and the intentions that you're going to be, creating with relationships, the promises that you're going to be making in relationships. Understand that it's about promises with yourself as well. It isn't just about the promises that you make with other individuals. It's about the promises that you make to yourself and how loving and nurturing and gentle and kind you are to yourself. Understanding that, when we make amends, when we are utilizing forgiveness in relationships here, Libra, you're not really asking for forgiveness from someone else. It's really for you. It's about taking on this forgiveness in a way that is for you to sort of make amends for yourself, right? It's also about learning to forgive yourself, because we all make mistakes in relationships. It's not usually the fault of just one specific person. You know, there are things that we ultimately can change. So here we have the world, the Four of Cups, the Hierophant, the Four of Swords, the Devil with the Ace of Wands, Libra. So right off the bat with this mending, I see the World and the Four of Cups. The World is really about a completion. And I feel that whatever relationships that have left you disappointed or not satisfied, that have sort of left you feeling there's so much more that you want, but you feel like you're not really getting it, that's all coming to an end, right? But here's the thing. You have to make a promise and a commitment to yourself that you are going to be open to newer relationships that are going to help you heal from previous experiences, that are going to help you sort of build better relationships that are on a much higher vibrational frequency. The one thing with the Hierophant is that it speaks a lot about our religious beliefs, and it speaks a lot about our traditions that are carried on from generation to generation. So I want you to know here that with this new moon and the promise, it's really about new beginnings, and it's about you making new traditions based off of relationships so that you could ultimately heal and be reflective of creating better relationships, okay? Now, with the Devil card and the Ace of Wands, it's really about you really looking at the types of relationships that you need to let go of. The Devil speaks about attachments. It speaks about the temptations, the things that often make us feel trapped or make us feel stuck or chained to, right? Every time I see a Devil card, when it specifically talks about relationships, Libra, I often associate it with codependent relationships. So what you're really needing to do is really evaluate the types of relationships you have in your life and really allow yourself to let go of those attachments so that you can create and be inspired to desire more healthier relationships with better boundaries that are more in alignment with this sense of unconditional love and oneness. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper here and see what additional insight we can get. Ultimately, I feel that when you are evaluating the relationships in your life here, Libra, it's going to be very important that you ultimately decide for yourself. You ultimately have to decide for yourself here, Libra. Why are you in this relationship? Why is this person in your life? Why, if you feel attached, like you feel like you absolutely cannot live without this person, understand that that is a codependency issue, and you're really needing to explore that. You're really needing to evaluate why you're feeling that way. Because with this Devil card, I often hear everything that glitters isn't always gold. Now, here's what I will tell you, Libra. This is the second time I'm filming your message this month, because the first one, the sound didn't work. And I will tell you that this card came up again, and I'm sort of saying the same thing. Everything that glitters isn't always gold. And I feel that when you can truly evaluate your relationships and see the attachments that you have to certain specific individuals, what is that particular, what is your desire for being attached to that person? What do you feel that person is giving you? And really evaluate, are they really truly giving you that? Is it in alignment with unconditional love and helping you build better foundation, better boundaries, or is it just an illusion? So I feel that this is very important for you here, Libra. Next, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Tower card, the Hierophant, the King of Pentacles with the Fool card and the Five of Swords. Okay, this is pretty self-explanatory. You have 3 major arcanas right here, right at the start, along with the world. When I mentioned the world is really about a completion. So this is about you ending a cycle, ending certain patterns and behaviors and tendencies that you have in relationships. Understand that the Wheel of Fortune, now here's the thing. The Wheel of Fortune represents our fate and our destiny. It also represents karma. So if there are certain relationships in your life that are codependent, that are really harmful in any way, understand that you have to learn the lesson in those relationships in order for you to heal the karma. There has to be change, and understand that if you do have a codependency issue with a certain specific someone in your life, understand that if you don't end that relationship, if you don't detach yourself from that relationship, one of 2 things is going to happen. That relationship will either be ended for you by outside sources, or you will be kicked out of that relationship by spirit. Whenever I see the Tower card, it often sort of signifies to me divine intervention, right? You have to be able to break out of something. You have to destroy something down to its foundation in order to rebuild. And this is exactly what is transpiring for you. Again, you have the Hierophant at the heart of your reading here. You have it twice. So understand that these relationships, so here's what I'm going to say. Every relationship that you have in your life here, Libra, is based off of a soul contract. You come into this life with agreements, with contracts, with other individuals to help you grow and learn specific lessons. So understand that there might be some relationships that are a lot harder than others. And a prime example is going to be, for myself, speaking from my own perspective, I had a very big soul contract with my mother, and it was a very rocky relationship. And it isn't until now in my 40s that I have developed a much better spiritual understanding of that relationship, because I recognized right away what lessons my mother was here to reflect to me in order for me to learn. And this is the same thing, Libra. You're needing to really learn from these experiences and these relationships and sort of, rise above, okay? With the King of Materials, the King of Pentacles, it's really about being in charge of your own assets. It's about, utilizing your assets. I feel that, if you've had really bad experiences with relationships in the past here, Libra, then it really ultimately is about you making use of what you have, what you've learned, what you've experienced, so that you know that you don't make that mistake again, okay? The Fool is about taking a leap of faith. I really feel this is a call for you here, Libra, for some of you out there, that there is a certain specific someone that you're needing to walk away from, that you're needing to cut out of your life here, that you ultimately are really afraid, because you're afraid that if you walk away, they win, you lose. And it's not about winning or losing. It's about rising above. It's about learning the lesson. It's about doing what is best for you. And I will tell you, one of the biggest lessons I have had to learn in my life is that no relationship is worth you losing sleep over, you being miserable over. Sometimes the biggest lesson that you must learn is that you must choose yourself above everyone else. And I know that may sound selfish, Libra, but I really feel this is what your message is. The Five of Voices is really about extending an olive branch, right? It isn't about you giving up. And it's not about you saying, fine, I'm going to let you win and let you have this one. It's really about mending. It's about forgiveness. It's about seeing everyone through the eyes of love and recognizing that there is no, it's not about one person outweighing the other. It's really about finding balance, Libra. And really, this is balance for you, balance in your life, but for you to find, to have healthier, stable relationships. that will ultimately provide you with the sense of security, the sense of stability that you ultimately are looking for. So Libra, this is your message this month. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys.